last year alone, there was over 200,000 ACL injuries in youth athletics across the U.S. My name is Trent Nestler. I'm a physical therapist, and I'm also the National Director for Sports Innovation for Select Medical. Non-contact injuries are the injuries that we can impact. Most people think that an ACL injury is someone actually hits their knee and actually causes the injury, when in fact, most of the injuries are non-contact in orientation. In 2016, we actually came across an Australian-based company called Dorset V, which has a wearable sensor. It detects motion, rotation, and acceleration data. We were able to take their technology and program our movement assessment into their technology. We take the people through a series of motions. We use these 3D wearable sensors on them. We put them in a series of core tests. We test them in a squat, and then we put them on their shins, and then we test them in single limb performance. One of the things that we need to do is measure single limb stability, because sports is single limb. I mean, if you run, you're on single limb. You're running one limb in contact with the ground at the time. And because of that, that limb has to be very stable. When your heel contacts the ground and you're in mid stance, you've got to have stability of your hip, you've got to have stability of your knee. The other thing that we needed to look at, and the literature was very clear on, is the core. And how stable is your core? Because quite honestly, if your core is unstable, your quads and your hamstrings, they can't pull with maximal force. You can't produce maximal force in a baseball pitcher if your core is weak and sloppy. So we had to have in a way that we could actually measure core stability. What we do is we place the sensors on the thoracic and the lumbar spine, and we're able to tell, can this athlete stabilize their spine in flexion and extension and rotation within 10 degrees. 10 degrees of motion in athletic events is big. So if your athlete is running down the field and their lumbar spine is rotating every single time that they run, guess what that athlete ends up with? Low back pain, SI joint pain. So what we're able to do is we're actually able to track and see, can they stabilize their spine? So the ACL Play It Safe program we developed with Theraban and Kramer, two really big names in sports medicine. So we actually developed an ACL Play It Safe kit. So every athlete gets their own Theraban that they'll use, their own padded cuffs they'll use, and their own stability trainer that they'll use. They get in a little drawstring backpack that they put on their back and they take it on the field. So the ACL Play It Safe app has level 1, 2, 3, and 4 broken out, and then a video for every single exercise that's a part of that routine. And what we're finding is that not only do we reduce ACL injuries by over 80 to 90%, but we're reducing all lower extremity injuries by greater than 58%. Instead of calling it an injury prevention program, what we really need to do is message it and make people understand biomechanics have an injury component to it, but it also has a performance enhancement component to it. An ACL Play It Safe is a performance enhancement program that keeps your ACL safe.